Guten Tag und Grüß Gott. Wir sind the BeerStreet Boys. Oder auf Deutsch die Bierstraßenjungs.
Jawohl!
Servus!
Willkommen beim Oktoberfest.
Ein Prosit, der Gemütlichkeit. Ein Prosit, der Gemütlichkeit.
Die Kruger!
Ho!
Die Kruger!
Ho!
Die Kruger!
Ho!
1, 2, 3.
Tuba!
Oh, geil.
Straßenjungs, ja!
So here we are at Mudgery Bar on Stewie's deck again. It's Oktoberfest, of course, as you've seen, and we're going to test Spaten.
Local beer. We're saying taste test it. I've had this before.
Yeah,
I think we've all
that's
drunk it before.
Yeah, we've all drunk it before. An interesting fact about Spaten and Oktoberfest is that at Oktoberfest, Spaten, in the Spaten tent, that's where it all happens. That's where the mayor of Munich taps the first keg in the Spaten tent.
So much tradition.
There's so much tradition, and unfortunately, all the way over here in Australia, we couldn't actually get our hands on any Oktoberfest beer that would have been sent over. But this is the next best thing. It's the Spaten Münchner Hell.
Big shout out to the German club in Brisbane.
Yeah,
They stock an amazing range of German beers, and it's a great place to go and
quench your thirst.
yes, and have a Schweinehaxen or whatever tickles your fancy. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's have a
we
taste
go.
and see what it tastes like.
I mean, we're trying a bunch of different beers today, hence the mini muss. Obviously, if we were drinking an Oktoberfest, we'd have a massive one. That is delicious.
Isn't it just
Take me back. I want to go now. Let's just go. So many memories in one cup.
We are passionate about German beer. I think most people who enjoy beer are. But I haven't been to Oktoberfest in person, but you have, Tom.
Yeah, briefly, many years ago, I went. I was by myself. I didn't spend a whole day there, but I went there briefly in the middle of the day. I had something to eat and a couple of masses, and it was the atmosphere is incredible, really is. We tried to recreate it here in Mudgery Bar, as you see around us with the
Got the
flags and
decorations.
we're getting into it.
Absolutely.
You know, interesting facts about this type of beer. It's not really that old, Bill. This type of beer. It's only 120 years old or so, 125 years. You can understand why you drink that all day in a beer garden, couldn't you?
Absolutely. And they do. They'll sit on them all day, a big muss. Maybe only go through a couple, and that's your weekend, enjoying a lovely summer afternoon.
Bit of ice forced.
Of course, yes, bit of the local cuisine, get into it, and just be southern for a day or two.
So it's all about the malt, really, in this instance.
Yeah. So this type of light lager. The story I know is that there were a couple of German brewers who got wind of the English who were making pale ales, and they had milled lighter malt.
Okay.
And they got wind of it, and they went over and they thought, well, we could probably use this to create a lager, and this sort of Helles was where it ended up. And I think, come on.
And it says, Lass dir raten, trinke Spaten. If you have a look online or at this picture that I'm holding up, it's got a malt shovel on it. So Spaten means shovel. I think that's really cool. They've stuck with that. It looks like the kind of thing that some hipster would put on a craft beer logo nowadays.
Absolutely.
I wonder what you.
Well,
it's no surprise where they got their inspiration.
If a hipster was going to put it on, it would always be hand drawn.
Oh yeah,
you know,
With their other hand.
yeah, with the wrong hand. Yeah, definitely. That's for sure.
My favourite memory of Munich is the very first time I stepped into the Hofbräuhaus.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we'd been drinking beers around Germany. It was the first time we'd got to Munich, and this was the Mecca. This was the place you had to go, and it did not disappoint. There was a Umpa band playing, beautiful girls giving you beers, huge beers, wonderful bretzel, everything about it.
Big, strong arms on them, didn't they? They could carry,
they carry like
solid
each like
five
a
on
litre.
each. Yeah.
So they're holding 5 kilos in each arm.
Well, they get money per beer. That's usually how it works.
It felt like a tourist joint, but it also felt completely authentic. It's like it was a tourist joint because it was amazing. I didn't feel like people were trying to sell me tacky photos and souvenirs, though there was a bit of that as well.
Yeah, but when you walk in the door, you've got that, you've got the wall of like traditional old school masters, and they're like the members of the club, and they drink from that.
That's their dedicated mass.
Yeah. It's a serious culture over there.
I'll tell you what the whole place just tasted like, and what the feeling was like: happiness.
If you want to join us on our Oktoberfest journey, just hit the subscribe button below, and you can spend some time with us and beautiful German beer.
Prost!
Ein Lied aus dem Zelt.
Und ich spring, spring, spring immer wieder und ich schwimm zu dir rüber und ich nehm dich bei der Hand und ich sag, heute ist so ein schöner Tag, la 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 la, heute ist so ein schöner Tag, la 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 la, heute ist so ein schöner Tag, la 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 la, heute ist so ein schöner Tag, la 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 la, heute ist so.
Now we're going to try a perennial favourite, Löwenbräu. Oh, it's so good.
Löwenbräu.
Here we go. What do we think? Well, I mean, I know what I'm going to get.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Straight away. I'm happy. Yes, Löwenbräu, as it's pronounced. There aren't any lions in Germany, and furthermore, lions that. Well, the translation is, lions brew, but obviously, even lions in Africa have never. No one's ever witnessed lions brewing beer before on their own. But I guess it's more about the power, it's regal, strength. Yeah, it's lovely.
It's a good point you make, Stu.
I mean, it's drinkability, isn't it?
Oh,
I mean, what are we drinking? Can we drink this all day? 5.2, of course you can. The top 6 breweries in Munich supply the beer to Oktoberfest, and we've tried a Spaten. Spaten's one of them, obviously. Löwenbräu is another one, and in some other episodes we're going to try a couple more. Again,
I think this Oktoberfest episodes, it's just going to be us going, German beer is amazing.
Yeah, we're going to be really biased, and
I don't know what else to say, and particularly the 6 that you're talking about.
When you've got centuries upon centuries of experience behind you, and you've got a specific set of rules that you have to follow to brew beer.
And rules that were put in place in 1516. The Einheitsgebot, which was the German purity laws of beer making. So you could be punished for not following the rules, and your beer wouldn't be sold. Like, it came down to the rules of what you could put in them and what you couldn't.
What could you put in?
You could put in malted barley.
Yeah, I think water and hops.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So obviously you had to have the best of the ingredients,
And they added yeast later, because when it came in, they didn't know what yeast was.
Yeah, but interesting. I think one of the other points was that lager was only allowed to be brewed in the colder months because, it created a better beer. So in the summer months, they still brewed top fermenting beers like Weizen, Hefeweizen,
wheat
things
beers.
like that, wheat beers.
Yeah. There we go. We've said that we don't know what we're talking about, but the internet is an amazing thing.
It is. I've learned so much stuff.
We ask you, share your knowledge with us. We are not doing this alone. You are a part of the process. Please comment. Let us know if there's something we've missed, if there's something that you'd like to add to the conversation.
Something you'd like us to drink?
Absolutely.
Well, we're after recommendations. There's a huge range of beers out there these days.
And the best thing is, you don't have to buy it for us. We'll buy it on your behalf.
You could
for
buy
us to
it
drink.
for us.
You can if you want
We
to.
don't mind.
Hey.
Tell us what your favourite Bavarian beer is.
Und ich flieg wie ein Flieger und so stark wie ein Tiger und so groß wie ein Giraffe, so hoch. Whoa.